A lot of folks have been asking for a reliable 10mm carbine. Well, fear not. The gun gods will deliver. We'll talk a little bit as we go. Let's shoot this thing. What is this? CMMG's got one now. Look at this. Let's check it out. Whoa, buddy, that's what I'm talking about. Guys, welcome back. This is Eric with Iraq Veteran 8888, and today we're going to be taking a look at the CMMG Banshee 10mm. It's gained a level, and it went from a 9, added a millimeter on there somewhere down the line, and now we got a 10mm. Really cool stuff here. We got this one by way of Big Daddy Unlimited, and we're running these SGM tactical magazines here. That's a 30-shot 10mm Glock mag. CMMG did a lot of testing with different magazines and different bullets to really get this thing dialed in right before they released it to the public. So it's a really, really sweet setup. It uses their radially delayed blowback system. So super soft shooting, super quiet with a suppressor. I am wearing ears because it's maybe a little pitchy at the ear. I mean, it is a 10mm just for safety, but very, very smooth shooting, no recoil. I mean, it kicks just like a 9mm. So getting that extra power and velocity out of a larger pistol cartridge is such a smart move with this system. Really cool stuff. So the dark bronze finish on this one. We got a brace on here. Their ambidextrous charging handle. We got a Magpul Mo grip on here. An M-LOK rail system with a full pick on top. Really nice stuff. This one's threaded 5/78 by 28, right hand, and we're running a Liberty Cosmic with a fixed barrel spacer in there. Your controls are pretty much straight up AR all the way around, just like all of the other Banshees. We're running an old school Trijicon reflex light from Chad's collection here. All right, these guns ship with the 130 round SGM magazine. They found that with the last round bolt hold open on these, that the heavy spring on these mags did a great job of making sure that last round bolt hold open works really well. We are going to test the gun with some carry ammunition. Obviously, it is set up for 10mm Glock pattern magazines. We've got some Federal HST, okay? I'm going to group a little bit of this over on the right. I'm going to shoot just a couple of groups with some carry ammo. Let's see how accurate it can be. There in the intro, we definitely laid waste to everything we were aiming at. All right, on the far right, HST. This is just offhand, very, you know, basic. Okay, that's your Federal HST. Pretty clean on the blowback. There's not really a heck of a lot of carbon making its way back into the action, but I mean, it is suppressed. You're gonna get a little bit of that. Okay, now we got some Hornady Critical Duty 10mm 175 grain flex lock. Okay, we're gonna try this on the target next to it. And we're at a very intermediate distance of like 25 yards, okay? These are 25-yard groups. Man, let me tell you something right now. Those 174s, or 175 flex lock, super sedate recoil. Does not kick very hard at all. Really, really cool. So this particular gun, when you get it, it ships with a couple of different buffers. They send it out with an H3 and a standard buffer. And according to their literature, they recommend different buffers for different applications, depending on if you're gonna run it suppressed or if you're gonna run certain weight ammunition. Right now we have an 8-ounce heavy buffer in this gun because we knew we were going to be running it suppressed. And so far, I did a last round bolt hold open test with all the loads that we have out here, ranging from 220 grain all the way down to some 140 grain Xtreme Penetrator from Underwood. And by the way, that's moving 1,500 feet per second. Yeah, buddy. And the bolt held open on every single one with the heavy buffer with the suppressor. So we saw really no major issues there. But really cool, you know, the thing about the CMMGs, they're also a very specialized type of setup. It's not just a type of a gun that they took an existing platform and tried to modify it to work or whatever. Well, let me back up. The Banshee line and all of these guns that CMMG's been putting out in recent years, they're all built from the ground up for the specific purpose that they're made for, which is to be a pistol caliber carbine. Okay, so they have a couple of different series. One with like a traditional AR mag well that they can run like 22 style, 5.56, 300 blackout, and then they have a pistol tower. So this is a dedicated pistol. Okay, this is a pistol with a brace. It's considered a handgun. So it is a dedicated pistol type lower that is set up to run primarily the Glock style of magazine. So it is, in that regard, a little bit of one-trick pony, but it works, and that's a big thing. A lot of people have been kind of wanting a good, reliable 10mm carbine. Lots of folks love their 10mm Glocks, and they want a perfect pair to be able to pair up with their 10s. So this sort of delivers on that, okay? I've got one more mag now. The ammo we ran in the intro there is some Fiocchi 180 grain jacketed hollow points moving at 1,250 feet per second. To give you a baseline idea, we're about to run some buffalo bore. Buffalo bore 220 grain hard cast moving at 1,200 feet per second, generating 703 foot-pounds of energy. Yeah, buddy. That's not what we're running right this moment, but we are gonna run some. Just to give you an idea of the energy that 10mm develops. It's a very powerful pistol cartridge, and it's definitely capable of taking down a lot of large game with proper shot placement. All right, we're gonna run more of the Fiocchi, and then we'll move on here. Good stuff. Very familiar ergonomics and function in terms of the layout. If you're used to the AR, it's gonna be right at home for you. Take out Mr. Gopher down there. All headshots on the Gopher there at 25 yards. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I stacked all of those rounds right there on that Gopher's little noggin. Very, very, very accurate. I'm not even trying. Not even making an effort. It's just super easy to shoot. All right, 35 yards. I'm making headshots at 35 yards without even trying. And that's sending 10mm down range, boys and girls. Wow, that's a handy setup. And I wanna make a note about these SGM magazines. We've done a lot of testing with these magazines, and I can certainly see why they chose these. And I'm not grandstanding for SGM, but I just want y'all to know we did that Glock meltdown. I don't know if you remember that video. And we did a good number of the magazines in that video were SGM magazines. Not a single hiccup. They ran great. So we collectively have been very happy with these magazines. So I think it's cool that they got an OEM level contract with CMMG to produce these for them. Cool stuff. Good job on SGM, and they're doing a great job with their Sega 12 mags, Vepr mags. They do a lot of great magazines. Anytime I'm buying a mag for a Vepr, or anytime I'm buying a mag for a Sega 12, I try to go with the SGM. Okay. And guys, that's not like an endorsement. I'm just saying that, you know, their mags are great. All right, I'm gonna pull this ammo out here, guys. We are gonna shoot more of that here in a bit, but we're gonna repaint the steel, and I'm gonna group some of these buffalo bores, and let's check out some Underwoods. And I'll tell you what, we'll take out some fleshy stuff that, see what it does in terms of damage with the hollow points. Let's do it. All right, guys, we're gonna take out a couple of more choice targets, and then we'll test out the buffalo bore and the Underwood loadings. And I still got the 140s to try. We'll group them, shoot a few fun targets. Let's do it. This time I'm gonna shoot without ear pro, because I wanna hear how it sounds suppressed at the ear, okay? Here we go. And this is the Fiocchi 180 grain ammo in our factory SGM 30 round mag here. Nice. It's a little pitchy, okay? It's not, I wouldn't say like 110% hearing safe, but not bad. Just kind of rapid firing back there at 75 yards. I mean, definitely capable. All right. Last round bolt hold open. Worked real good there. All right, 220 grain hard cast buffalo bore. We're gonna try some of this. And we're gonna group a few shots and then group the Underwood and then take out some soft targets. 5 shots. Buffalo bore on the far right. Failure. Failure to feed. All right, let's continue. Failure to feed. Now, you know, it's a hard cast round. That's odd. Okay. Well, it is what it is, boys and girls. Let's try one more time. That 220 is kind of a fat bullet, and it is a little long on the overall length. Yep. Okay. Believe there could be something else going on here. Yep. Look at that. We had a case separate. All right, this is going to lead us to our next talking point. I don't know who's making the buffalo bore brass, but they did mention in the instruction manual that some types of brass, because of the way they're drawn, or maybe they're not annealed properly, maybe they're brittle, some brass like the X-Shot or X-Caliber, I don't know that one brand of brass. I don't know who draws buffalo bore brass, but we might have a little bit of an embrittlement issue. That's okay, guys. That's why we test these things. We're trying to learn along with you guys, so that happens.
Xtreme. Xtreme brass.
Yes, Xtreme. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay. So maybe maybe certain types of brass might be a little bit finicky, okay? Let's try the, that was the buffalo bore. Let's try the Underwood 200 grain XTP. Now that 220 was accurate. It hit right where I wanted. Let's try this nickel plated Underwood brass, guys. We're trying to learn, okay, along with you guys. All right, that's what it was. The bolt wasn't going in the battery because a piece of brass came apart from that buffalo bore in the chamber. That's okay. They warn about that in the instruction manual, so just be mindful that you could have a little bit of picky brass with certain types of ammo. All right, Underwood on the target right here to the left. That is, that's a hog's worst nightmare right there. That is some fun stuff. I'll tell you what, since our buffalo bore 220 hard cast didn't work out, let's go ahead and grab a few of these 140s here, just for fun. Now this is on the separate end of the spectrum. This is a real lightweight 10 millimeter that's moving about 1,500 feet per second. Okay. And guys, I'm not saying buffalo bore ammo is not good ammo. We've ran a lot of it in a lot of different videos. But in a 10 millimeter, you know, maybe it's possible that just because of this being a delayed blowback, just like H&K's guys that have those fluted chambers, you know, and the delayed roller blowback system, some of those guns can break brass off if it's not, you know, good stuff. I know a lot of the Blazer aluminum case doesn't run good in a delayed roller blowback. Some of the Blazer brass even has had issues in some of my MP5s. So I think it's just the nature of the system. All right, let's try some 140s. Underwood 140, moving at a trekking 1,500 feet per second. All right, I'm gonna just group it on this plate to the right here, and then we'll take out a couple of sodas and watermelons. All right, so we got the one spot where our 220 hit. That's fine. We're just gonna go ahead and get over there on the far right with our 140s here and give them a shot. They're moving pretty fast. All right, I'm just gonna get on the bolt. I mean, all those shots are touching with the 140s. Very, very nice. Let me top off this mag with some more 140s, and then we're gonna go ahead and proceed to take out a couple of sodas and watermelons. And what I wanna do is I'm gonna shoot 3 of the 140s on the right, just to show some destruction with a lightweight bullet, and then we're gonna switch to the 200 Underwood and hit the stuff on the left. And that way you can see a heavy hitter and a light hitter all in the same shot here. So let's give that a shot. I don't need to load the whole mag, but you know, full mag's better than nothing, right? All right, guys, we're trying to have fun here and trying to learn along with you guys. I mean, this is a new product to us too. I mean, we put quite a few rounds through it, but it's still a little new to us. So we want to make sure that, you know, we're being thorough with this stuff. That's really what we try to do in these videos, and we try to be fair and just show things as we see them, guys, okay? So let's do it. All right, 140s, watermelon, soda, soda. Okay, those are 140 grain bullets from Underwood, and those are loaded with Lehigh projectiles. We're gonna run the 200 grainers. Let's do it. Watermelon, soda. All right, gopher. Look at look at a hammer in the gopher. Freaking 9mm doesn't do that. That's pretty cool stuff. Well, guys, we're going to continue to shoot this thing as time goes on, and we might even try to take some animals with this, maybe do some hog hunting, maybe even deer hunting. We'll see as time allows. We've got a lot of things we want to test in that regard. But guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. We really hope you enjoyed it. Want to take a moment to thank all of our Patreon supporters, all of you who purchase shirts over on the website, like the one I'm wearing here, all the folks who support man cans. All the funds we earn go right back to supporting the channel. Thank you guys so very much. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Many more on the way.